Well, let's just hope this one brings us a smile. Yeah, I really wasn't sure what to bring you in that intro. This is called 424 IU GuiStar from A Smile is the creator's name. It looks like your standard 424 to a degree. We're going to take a look at it with our three teams of Liverpool and Aston Villa in the Premier League and our championship side of Ipswich Town. There's not much said. This was tested with Man City. They got 104 points, so they did an absolute fantastic job. 128 goals for. The only description is roaming playmakers and deep line playmakers add underlaps. So there you go. We're going to jump into the Premier League and see how it did for our teams. Well, I definitely can't say that it treated the Premier League poorly. Liverpool in first place with 92 points, 112 goals. Very well done. Not quite the level that Man City had in their test, but Aston Villa in fourth is also not too bad with 84 points and 88 goals. I'd say it worked. Well, Liverpool getting through Ipswich in the Carabao Cup quarterfinals all the way to the finals, but losing out to Aston Villa 1-2 in extra time. So we know at least someone won a trophy. But FA Cup semifinals against Chelsea 0-0 in penalty loss. But an absolutely fantastic showing in the Europa League, getting to the final against Real San Sebastian 4-0 thrashing. So overall, I mean, trophy in the Premier League, fantastic. Trophy in the Europa League, fantastic. Runners-up in the Carabao Cup is not bad. Semi-finals of the FA Cup, yeah, I would say this was a pretty good season. And they've got the green to show for it. 38 goals for Salah is through the roof. 27 for Jota. Nunez only with 22. Assists, though, 24 for Salah. Robertson with 20. And then average rating, of course, Salah with a 7.63. Well, switching things up to Aston Villa, we already know they won the Carabao Cup final 2-1 in extras against Liverpool. They lose out in the FA Cup 5th round to Norwich 0-2. But a pretty good run all the way to the Europa Conference League final against Braga and win 3-2. Overall, I mean, yes, you want them up in the table. 84 points is not bad. They're tied with Man City, though. One less than Arsenal. So if you took control of this, you could possibly get that 1 or 2 points and beat them to it. So it's not a bad season. Winners of the Conference League, winners of the Carabao Cup, not bad at all. Player-wise, there's a lot in the green. I will say 24 goals for Diaby, Leon Bailey with 18 assists, 19 for Digne, not bad at all, 14 for Matty Cash and Douglas Luiz, and then Lucas Digne with a 7.33. Data hub for Liverpool, through and through attacking, very well done. They've got the goals this time around. Defensively, very well done as well. The fouls per game is usually where they falter anyway, but 2.95 goals per game is fantastic. 2.6 or 0.61 conceded and 0.75 xG against is not too bad itself. Aston Villa, same thing, showing just slightly down in the numbers from Liverpool. Same with defense. Goals per game, 2.32, 0.79 conceded, 1.12 xG against. And the defensive pieces are actually a little bit better than usual for Aston Villa. Premier League stats, 2.42 points per game for Liverpool, 2.21 for Aston Villa. Most goals, Liverpool with 112, 88 for Aston Villa. That is just fantastic. Fewest shots against, Liverpool in second with 248, Aston Villa in seventh with 323. Most dribbles made, Liverpool making the list with 654. Most tackles won, Aston Villa actually in there with 874. And most shots for Liverpool with 643, Aston Villa with 532. But of course, if Aston Villa and Liverpool do really well, Ipswich Town do as well. 116 points, 116 goals. That is pretty nice. Well, we already saw that they lost the Carabao Cup quarterfinals 0-5. Ouch, against Liverpool. But they lose out in the FA Cup quarters, 1-1 in penalty against Nottingham Forest. So overall, another fantastic championship season for Ipswich. Knocked out in the quarters of both cups, though, which is not bad. Squad-wise, you can see 35 goals for Hurst. He really piled it on this season. Connor Chaplin with 18, only ones in double digits. 21 assists for Davis. Burns and Clark with 13 apiece. Again, the only ones in double digits. And then Leif Davis with a 7.37. Championship stats, 2.52 points per game. Very well done for Ipswich. Most goals in second with 116. The playoffs really did well for Norwich, but fewer shots against in first with 311. Most possession in eighth with 52%. Most dribbles made in fourth with 773. And most shots for in second with 681. So let's take a deeper dive into this tactic. You start out with a sweeper keeper in defend, fullbacks on the left and the right in attack, ball playing defenders in the central spots, a roaming playmaker in support next to a deep lying playmaker in support, inside forwards on both sides, mark specific positions I'm going to assume are both the DL and the DRs like usual, advanced forward in attack up front next to a pressing forward in support, balanced mentality, In possession, attacking with his narrow approach plays pass into space, underlap on the left and the right, focus play down the left and the right. Passing directness is shorter, tempo is higher, low crosses and run at defense. In transition, counter press, counter, distribute quickly and roll it out. And out of possession, a high press line of engagement, a much higher defensive line, trigger press much more often, prevent your goalkeeper distribution, get stuck in, step up more, and invite crosses. So how did it do for our three teams? Yeah, I mean, clearly this is another one that did really well. 116 points and 116 goals. I actually probably would have expected a few more goals in there. Usually Ipswich do a little bit more goals than points, but overall still a fantastic season. There is room to grow. Obviously, a perfect season is almost impossible for a lot of players to come up with, but if you took control, you could possibly do a little bit better yourself. Aston Villa, Liverpool, yeah, another great one. 92 points gives Liverpool the title. They got a couple trophies. Aston Villa doing really well. 84 points. They could have brought it up a little bit in the goals, but they really only had one goal scorer. So if you brought in, in transfers, brought in another natural goal scorer, you could probably do really well and bring Aston Villa up a bit. But overall, definitely a 4-2-4 to take a look at. But that is it for me, Saving FM, for the Football Manager blog channel, saying thank you as always for watching. Take care and enjoy.